Hi there, welcome to another really quick review. I'm going to be reviewing this game right here, Quest, Awakening of Melior. I believe that's how it's pronounced, but if I'm butchering it, apologies in advance. Anyways, it's a really kind of quick dice rolling solo game, so there's really not a whole lot to talk about here, but I'll just go into kind of a quick overview of the rules and then give some quick final thoughts. So basically, before the game starts, you've got setup, which is basically just choosing a character, shuffling in the event deck, and also creating the encounter pyramid. So then a round basically goes like this. You first flip an event over. Either this is a good thing or a bad thing, depending on the event. Some of them are boons, they'll give you extra combos, which I'll go over in a sec. Others are bad, they're quick and they happen right then and there. Other things may strengthen certain encounters. There's kind of a lot of events that could happen. Some of them are beneficial towards you, giving you those extra combos, or you have your character events, some of which are good. After that, then you go straight into your very first encounter. At the top of the pyramid, you really only have one choice, that one encounter at the top. You flip it over, and your encounter begins. So once you flip that encounter card over, you take your 5 dice and you roll them. You're looking to complete combos, which is usually 3 or more numbers, depending on the character and depending on what combos are out there, that correspond to a number on the die. Once you do so, you get either new abilities, you get to add to your stats, whatever. Basically, you're looking for at least, unless the encounter says otherwise, one of your stats to beat the listed stats of the event. If you do, you gain that card as experience. Every 4 experience, your character gets to level up. So defeating every encounter possible is very, very beneficial. You keep going down the encounter pyramid until you're all done. Then the round counter will go up, which means all the encounters get a little bit more difficult. You can level up if you have enough experience, and then you start a brand new round. And basically you keep going round by round by round until either you die or you complete a quest. Quests are gained either as an event or it is listed on your character card. Once you've completed that quest, you win the game. So that's my brief overview of Quest. There's a few more advanced rules and things like that, but just to get kind of a basic overview of the game, that'll do. Now, Quest is a solitaire game. There are 2 variants included in the rulebook for multiplayer, either cooperative or competitive. Cooperative is sort of multiplayer solitaire. You do share certain things like health, but essentially you're rolling dice separately. Competitive is sort of similar, except obviously you're versus each other, and whoever is the last one standing is going to be sort of the winner. And they're there. I wouldn't really recommend either one. It's really meant to be a solitaire game. So adding co-op or a competitive aspect to it doesn't really make the game any more interesting. Now, Quest is kind of a simple game. Really, there is just a ton of luck involved in it. Not only do you have the card draws, some of the event deck, some of it is super beneficial. It gives you extra combos, some of which there is a healing combo in there, which is like super good to have depending on what character you are. Some characters have no healing ability whatsoever. And it's just really good to have because sometimes you'll just be losing encounter after encounter after encounter. But of course, if you let it go, if that happens too long, you're going to lose regardless because you won't level up, which means your stats aren't going to be high enough. Then the encounter itself is going to be like level 3, and it's just going to be really, really hard to actually defeat it. And so what Quest ends up feeling like is really just this big luck fest. You draw a card, you look at it, sometimes it's a good event, and sometimes it's just awful. You get a lot of damage, or an event's going to get even harder if you find it. It's just really random what you get, and every single card in this deck is completely different. Then you go to your encounters, you're going to roll some dice, and either you complete combos that make the enemy stronger, or you get to complete your own combos. And then you keep rolling, hope to complete your own combos and not make the enemy stronger. In this case, I get completely decimated, and that's it. Lose that encounter, take some hit points, and you just keep going on from there. You choose another encounter, let's say maybe this one, get rid of the pyramid a little bit, choose another encounter, roll more dice, and it just goes on and on and on like that. And as a solo game, that's maybe not the worst thing. Now, that's not to say that Quest is a bad game. It's not the most interesting game in the world, but it's solid. It's interesting to kind of play, and it's very relaxing. I mean, rolling dice, just kind of haphazardly, hoping for the best, was kind of my play style for this. And, it was just kind of something I could play quickly. It's only about 15 to 30 minutes. Sometimes a little longer than that, but it's pretty quick little game. And that's really all I can really say about it. There's not a lot of depth in this game. You can sort of, make deductive reasoning when choosing encounters. Once you kind of know the encounters, you can figure out, well, this one's a little easier over here, the forest versus the caves. But some of that does depend on what character you choose. But really, it's just a very simple little solitaire game. It's solid. If you're really looking for something, just a solitaire game that you can kind of just play haphazardly, sort of bust out whenever, and it is a very tiny box. That's kind of a nice thing. The cardstock's nice. I had no problems with it. The dice included are, they're a small kind, but at least they feel and roll pretty well. The artwork, I actually really like the artwork on this game. And that's really all I can really say about this game. It's really just kind of a luck-driven solitaire game. But if you're looking for something like that, I can't say no. I don't think it's the best game in the world. I think there are better solitaire games out there. I find it to be kind of a quick little solid game. Definitely check it out if you wish. I'm not exactly sure if this is going to have a retail distribution at all, but any Kickstarter copies out there, or even if the game company itself, Silent 7, is selling copies themselves, definitely go check it out. It's nice and compact, which is always good, and you can bring it anywhere you want. I've had downtime in my office and, no one around to play anything else. I tried that a couple times and it was kind of nice for, lunch break or things like that. So that's where I'm going to leave this review. Like, subscribe below. If you haven't seen any of my other reviews before, check them out. Comment below if there's anything you'd like to see. Definitely let me know about anything you'd like to see on the shelves. And as always, I will see you next video. Bye.